What's going on, internet? Today we're talking about the Alpinestars SPX Air Carbon V2 gloves. These guys right here. I mean, man, that was a mouthful. So quite a name. Not easy to remember. I had to practice that a few times for this vlog. We got storms coming in, hot and heavy. So let's jump right into this, man. I don't have a lot of time. Engage the throttle lock. I mean, essentially these are like track inspired gloves, right? They're not full gauntlet race gloves, but clearly they are sporty track inspired looking gloves, and they look very sharp. Now they come in, I think, 4 different colors. I'll put them all up on the screen. There's like a black, there's a black and silver white-ish color, there's these ones, and then there's kind of a variation of this red. It's got less red on it, a little bit more white. So these gloves are pitched as having the protection level of leather, but with the comfort and airflow of like stretched mesh, right? That's kind of how Alpinestars tries to sell these gloves. And real quickly, let me just get it out there. Alpinestars did not give me these gloves. I have no affiliation with Alpinestars. These are gloves I bought. I've had these gloves for about 4 months. Now that doesn't seem like a long time, 4 months, but in those 4 months I've covered over 6,000 miles with these gloves, 2 road trips on my Hayabusa, a number of rides on this bike, a number of local rides with the Hayabusa. We're over 6,000 miles. Just with the 2 road trips alone, I was at 5,300 miles. And then I've done numerous local rides, you know, couple of hours within Colorado Springs where I live. So I'm over 6,000 miles with these gloves, and I think that's a good bit of while. So ridden through central Texas, it was 107 degrees with these gloves. In New Orleans, the humidity was absolutely insane. Now Colorado is not a humid state at all. I mean, there are periods where we have a little bit of humidity, but I've lived on the East Coast for like, I don't know, what, 8 years total, so I'm not completely oblivious to what humidity is like. I've been to Florida a few times for vacation, so like, I'm not oblivious to humidity just because I've lived here for a very long time. I understand what humidity is like, but man, the humidity in New Orleans was like next level, at least that day I was there. And I'm not gonna lie, man, it was a hard to get the gloves on and off. But I would imagine you're gonna have that problem with that kind of humidity. You're gonna have that issue with a lot of gloves. So I really can't fault these gloves for those conditions. That said, it was a bit of a struggle I forgot to enable Bluetooth on my phone, and I was in a place where in New Orleans where I didn't know where I was going, so I was using GPS directions, and that doesn't work if you don't have Bluetooth turned on for the Cena. So I had to pull the gloves off and on, and man, that was work. Now you say, well, why'd you take your gloves off? Don't they support touchscreens? So they are advertised to be compatible with touchscreens, but for me, whether I'm using my thumb or my index finger, it's been kind of inconsistent success with touchscreens, like my phone right there. So yeah, they work. They don't work that great for touchscreens. I imagine that's, I don't know what goes into making gloves work seamlessly with touchscreens, but from my experience, these do not. At least not that good. Comfort and feel. This is an area where I think they absolutely excel. They feel great. I can operate my Cena just fine with these gloves on. The previous pair of gloves I had, they were essentially like motocross gloves. I mean, they were like, in terms of like thinness and feel and that comfort, you know, that they were probably like the best you could get to like not having gloves on, right? I mean, they were really thin, and you could feel things really well. These are a little bit thicker than those, and rightfully so, but I still feel like I can operate and, you know, like change volume and seek forward and backwards for music when I'm listening to music or using my Cena, or answer phone calls, whatever the case may be. Operates the Sena really, really well. No complaints there. Feels great on the handlebars and all the controls, the throttle, brake, clutch, lever. I go back and forth between using all my fingers on the levers and using 2 fingers, sometimes even 1 finger. When I ride motocross, I'm definitely like 1 finger most of the time, sometimes 2 fingers, never all the fingers. But when I'm just kind of cruising around, sometimes I have a tendency to just grab the clutch lever with all my fingers. Well, maybe not my pinky, but like 3 of them at least, if not. Yeah, I think I'm just kind of feeling it right now. It's usually like 3 fingers. But I think when I have a tendency to like go canyon carving, or just anytime I'm getting a little bit more sporty with the bike, I'm not cruising around, I immediately gravitate towards 2 fingers. I don't know why, it just feels more comfortable. I feel like I'm in more control, and I guess I don't really feel like I need that level of control when I'm just kind of putting around like this right now. So but these gloves feel great in all those situations, no matter how many fingers you're using on the levers. Feels great on the thumb, feels great on the end, like your palm area, on the end of your throttle tube, or the end of the left side of your handlebar, your clip-ons, whatever. Yeah, you know, I think I got a score feel and comfort and usability kind of like you know, a 10, man. These gloves feel great from that perspective. Touchscreen capabilities is where they probably fall short the most. I'd give them like a 5 out of 10 stars if I was rating these gloves. I'm just making a video right now. I'm just a dude on the internet making a video, okay? I'm very happy with the protection level that seems to be built into the gloves. So there's like a little bit extra layer that actually wraps around your pinky. Like if you're gonna slide palms, like if you're gonna hit the ground and slide, and your palms are down, like you're gonna hit the outside of your palms and your pinky finger probably the hardest, and that's where they've got a lot of extra protection built into these gloves, and I think that's great, right? You got like a little slider right here, you got extra material around your pinky. They thought that out fairly well, and hopefully I never have to find out if any of that shit works, but it makes me feel good that it's there. And then you've got the carbon knuckle protectors on the other side, so if somehow you're on your back and your hands are like above your head and your knuckles are sliding down the ground, well, I mean, there's these to protect you. So, you know, I can't say from experience protection is a 10, but it looks really good. It looks like it could be a 10, and I hope I never really find out how well these protect me or not, but just looking at them psychologically, I think my hands are very well protected. I just wish I didn't procrastinate and I could have got like the black ones. I think the all black is probably my favorite, because I mean, plus black goes with everything, right? I got a lime green ZX10. I'm about to have an orange GSX-R 600, and then my Hayabusa is the black and gold version. So, you know, it's hard to find gear that goes with everything. You know, black and white, those are kind of like the colors that go with everything. And I'm not rich enough to have like a different color helmet for each bike. I mean, my goodness, these videos are free. They don't give me anything back. Are you watching an advertisement when you're watching this video? I don't think so. If you are, for the love of God, put a comment down below. You should see no advertisements on my videos, because if you do, me and the tubes, we're gonna have some words. Okay, so I think these gloves retail for like 120 or a little bit under 120, probably varies a little bit depending on where you go. I wish I had an affiliation code or something I could give you guys, but I don't. I just wanted to say I don't think that price is too absurd. I would buy them again for 120 bucks. I think these are a pretty good value. The humidity was tough, but I think that's going to be a struggle with any gloves in this kind of category. You know, you'd have to go with like, I think, a full mesh design glove, which was like my previous gloves. Like I said, I'm a huge motocross guy, and I love that. And I kind of just for years wore motocross gloves on my street bikes, and they're super comfy, superb feel. Like, you cannot beat the feel of those gloves. But a lot of them are like more mesh design, and so they're super comfortable during hot summer days. And so these are not. These are kind of a mixture of leather and lots of leather, mostly leather, polyester, and a bit of carbon. So they're definitely going to be hotter. They're definitely going to be more affected by high humidity. So if you're in one of those areas where it's stupid hot and humid all at the same time, first of all, I'm so sorry. B, I would say these gloves are going to be more of a struggle than like a full mesh design, but probably protect you better than something that is more of a mesh design than these, which have a lot more leather on them. But that's a trade-off. Those are the trade-offs. You just, nothing really you can do about it. You just choose your path and live with it. Less protection, better comfort and feel during the hot, humid summer days, or more protection and less hot weather niceness, for lack of a better description. I think the other thing that I like about these gloves is the width of the Velcro strap. So one of the problems I had with my previous gloves was the width of the Velcro strap was like half that, and the Velcro wore out pretty quickly, and so they just wouldn't strap anymore, or they wouldn't stay strapped. So that was one of the reasons that I wanted to get some new ones. These are doing okay. I mean, there's definitely some wear on the Velcro, but they still Velcro pretty strongly, if that makes any sense. I think overall, man, I'm pretty happy with these gloves. And like I said, 6,000 miles, that's nothing to frown at. That's a decent amount of time to be wearing gloves on a motorcycle. So I'm pretty stoked. I absolutely would buy them again at the same price. Much more expensive. I might, if they started getting up to like 150, 160, I'd probably start looking around for some other alternatives. But at just over $100, I think these are a solid investment. Why is everybody just sitting still? We've probably got the opposing green arrows, but nobody's in either one of those turn lanes, at least that I saw. Maybe somebody, I'm yapping. What the hell do I know? I'm not paying attention. I'm just vlogging. So, do I recommend these gloves? Absolutely. Am I happy with them after 4 months, maybe a little bit longer than that, 6,000 miles? I am. And I don't know how many more miles I'll get out of these gloves. I think if anything goes, it'll be the Velcro. I don't really see any wear anywhere else on these guys. I need to clean them. You can see the white areas are definitely showing the mileage. There's probably some leather care stuff I can use to clean these, but I'm gonna have to look that up. Okay, well, I think we're gonna call that a video, people. And with that, keep the rubber side down, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.